All right, let's talk about something real fucking important today, boy. This will literally save you from so many problems. Let me just tell you something, okay? I am very grateful that I experience the things that I do on a daily basis because when I deal with things like demons in my dreams and I wake up and they show me things, I don't get mad. I don't get scared. Oh God, a demon came in my dream as a little girl this morning, held me down for a while, didn't want me to leave the dream, wanted to keep me there scared and distorted and fearful. And she had me all the way held down and she kept me there for a while. And I was trying to get out of the dream and it was so hard. And she came and she stood there. She was like, how about now? And then I looked at her and she had jumped on me and she held me down. She held me down. She grabbed me and held me down. And I was like, very calmly, get off of me. Get off of me. Stop. And she just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. And I instead of flipping out, getting scared, I stood there and I said, it's okay. I love you. It's okay. I love you. It's okay. I love you. And I actually tickled her. And she was a little kid, but she was strong and she was holding me down. Now, she wasn't a child. Obviously, the demons are distorting our reality. And if their job is to distort our reality, they're doing a hell of a fine job distorting that reality. And the ways that they distort your reality is when you're doing something and you're happy about it and you're doing a great job, their actual literal job is to distort that reality, to make you believe that you're not doing a good job, to make you believe that you're doing a terrible job. Demon distortion, that's why you cannot hate the dark. You cannot love the light and hate the dark, because the darkness is actually here doing a job. That is their job. I high five them all the time, say you're doing a great job, because people is out here fucked up. A lot of people out here believing your lies and believing what you say. And so if a demon's job is to distort your reality and you are allowing it, then that demon is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. They don't think they're doing anything wrong because that's their job. Hi, Mike. They don't think they're doing anything wrong because that's their job. A demon's job is to distort your reality. And so if you're trying to live your life right or in the light or become enlightened or tap into your spiritual nature, and especially when you tap into your spiritual nature, that's when they come to you more, different levels, different devils. And that's a fact, because whatever level you go to in the fourth dimension, there are these low entity vibrational frequencies that remain there, and they're there to distort your reality. And that is their job. They were literally created to fuck with humans. That's what they were created to fuck with humans, to say, okay, so we're going to put these, I'm going to go there and this is going to happen. And then these dark entities are going to exist and they're going to interfere with my reality and try to distort it. And I have to kind of go against it and try to get above it, rise above it, so that I could get to creating my life. And when I'm creating my life and as I'm creating it, and the more that I create, the better I do at it, the more things will come at me. There'll be people, distractions, humans, drugs, demons, all of these different distractions that will come your way. Okay. Now I got to tell you something. I no longer view demons or demonic entities or frequencies the same way anymore. I used to be terrified of them. I used to be so scared. If I do this, if I do that, they're going to get me. They're going to attack me. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. But now I see them as just frequencies doing their job. The darkness cannot exist without the light, and the light cannot exist without the darkness. Together, we are actually all doing a job here on Earth. Us as humans, our higher selves, in whatever dimension our higher selves is at, and usually they say it's the ninth dimension. That's where your highest self is. And you go through the levels: 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? First being the creation, the void, nothingness. Second being there is something. And then third, you jump right back to eighth, because eighth, that there's something that can be done. Your ninth self tells the eighth self, hey, buddy, go down. And you could go down there and create your reality. So then the seventh self says, oh, I can create my reality. Oh, okay. Okay, but how do I do it? So you go down to the sixth dimension and you figure it out, and then you start going to the fifth, and you realize that there's these levels, and you jump right back to the third dimension, and you cannot go to any other dimensions until you enjoy this dimension, until you learn to live with this dimension, until you learn to manipulate this dimension. This is, I would say, one of the hardest test dimensions, because you have limitations and lessons, and you're not being punished. This is not, oh, karma lessons, karma lessons. That's not what it's about. You came here to learn about life, to learn about yourself in all these different dimensions, all these different states of being. So while you're learning about yourself in all these different states of being, this third dimensional self has dreams, right? That's when you're able to visit these other dimensions. That's when, and that, as for instance, I see myself living past lives and current lives and lives that I'm living in different dimensions and places that I'm at. But in the midst of all of this, demons, which we call demons, but I call them like dark entities, dark frequencies, lower vibrational energies that come in to do their motherfucking job. And they are doing a good, fine ass job at it. And we have to give them a high five and a great job, dude, because guess what? So many people are out here, including me, was letting it happen and didn't even know that it was happening. And today I woke up and had a revelation thanks to a demon. Thanks, demon. Love ya. You're the best. That's why I'm here to share this knowledge and this wisdom with you so that you can break free from all of the bullshit that you've been feeling. So as I was sleeping, and I hugged this demon and told it I loved it and said, I don't hate you and it's okay and everything's going to be all right. I was in the sleep paralysis state. I'm laying there and I'm like trying to get out my spirit back to here. I'm trying to bring back my astral body to this dimension. And I'm just laying there and I'm like, okay. I'm like, get off of me very calmly. Please get off of me. Thank you. And I like pushed it away from me. And as I pushed it away from me, I didn't even realize I was doing this, but I was in between two worlds and I was saying, I am powerful. I am brave. I am safe. I am protected. I am powerful. I am brave. I am safe. I am protected. And I woke up saying the words without saying them, like they were being like on blast in like a microphone in my head. So I woke up finally, stood up, sat up like this. It took me a minute. I was sitting there. I was like, come on. I was calling my spirit back to my body because it was just separated. It was completely like detached. And I'm like calling it back to my body. I'm calling my spirit back to my body. And she's coming. And I'm sitting here in this body right now, like, oh God. I'm like, it's okay. It's coming back. I'm like, love and light. It's going to be okay. I don't hate you. And I'm saying this as my spirit is still over there. And then I could feel her coming back to me. And I'm like as if I sucked her back into my body. And I'm like, okay, what did I learn from this? What were you teaching me? Okay, so your job is to distort reality. You used an innocent child, which is probably one of my favorite things. Kids love children, really love them. I would do anything for them. And it used something that is precious to me to try to scare me. And my right eye is getting heat. And it used something that is very precious to me to try to intimidate me or to make me afraid, to scare me. As last night I was sitting down in my living room and I was talking and I can hear spirit talking, communicating, but it sounded like they were in a wall. So I couldn't really make out what they were saying. So I was focusing, but there was a barrier between the dimensions. And I believe that's all for a purpose and a reason. And if someone is supposed to communicate with you, they will, but if they're not, they won't. And God is your higher self ultimately. And we're sitting here allowing these demonic frequencies to distort our reality when, first of all, in the first place, we came here from our higher selves, which is this free being who just gets to roam around and do whatever. They can travel through space, through time. They can be a rat. They can be a mouse. They could be anything they want. In the ninth dimension, you can be anything, literally anything you want at any given moment and be whoever you want, whenever you want. It's like the spirit of God, right? The God frequency, the God code, the God source. And here we are here in this third dimension, not recognizing that there are different parts of us and we are living in multiple realities because we are learning and we are evolving and we are ascending and everybody's not trying to ascend. There are some people who are trying to ascend in the darkness. There's people who are trying to ascend in the darkness. So if they're trying to ascend in the darkness, you just got to let them do that. If somebody's evil or they do something evil, that's their journey. They chose to ascend through darkness and we chose to ascend through light. That's the only difference. There is no darkness against light, light against darkness. No, because darkness doesn't know it's being dark. It just thinks that that's what it is and that's what it should be. It doesn't know. Demons don't know they're causing havoc, and that's what they do. It's what they do. It's literally what they do. So to them, what are you talking about? I'm not doing nothing wrong. There's nothing bad here. Why are you judging me? Like, and we're judging demons, or we're judging, oh, we gotta cast away the demons. I get that, because the whole point of that and religions and stuff like that is when we say we got to cast away the demons and all that, it's not about casting away the demons. No, it's about you not vibrating with that demonic frequency inside of you. What you vibrate with, what your frequency releases, that is what you attract. So if demons are fear, envy, jealousy, hate, resentfulness, all of those words, right? If they are those words and they, okay, so we got a kind of like a guide, like, Bibles and religious things like that. They're kind of like almost like a guide, like, okay, so if thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not do, because those things will lead you to the darkness, right? That's basically essentially what it is. The sun being the light, the darkness being the void, just anywhere, whatever, and never knowing who you are and what you are. And when you're not sticking with your own plan and you're not going with how you like really, here's the thing, when you're in a state of light and happiness, grand rising babe, when you're in a state of light and happiness, you don't attract demonic frequencies. I keep trying to tell everybody that when you are in a state of light and love inside of your heart, that's why they say love and light, love and light. Obviously people took it and fucked the whole concept up and made you think this and made you think that, but really that love and light frequency is so that you can understand that the more love and light you attract into your life, the less you can attract these demonic frequencies, which are placed here purposely. Okay. They are placed here purposely to distort your reality. They are here to distort your reality. So if your reality from the beginning, since you came here as a human to do whatever you wanted to do, just to create, to enjoy, to live, then that's what they're going to do. So they do distort reality through ways like this. One of the biggest ways is when we want to be successful, we want to be creative, we want to do things, we almost feel guilty to make a lot of money or to be living the dream that we came here to live, or, and again, it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you do it with the pure intentions and a pure heart. Obviously you turn into a dark person who all they care about is this and all they care about that. You're vibrating a frequency that says I'm selfish and all I care about is money and I don't give a fuck about you and I'll kill you for it if I had to, because I love money. And so when you place value over things besides yourself and you place value over another human being, you're basically killing yourself for that money. So because I am a mirror of you, you are a mirror of me. And when they say we are all one, you might be saying that, hey, that's not me, that's a different person. But actually, that's kind of you living out a different reality. It's almost like one soul. And when you guys are all done, you get up to the ninth dimension and you recognize that there's just a higher self there. It's like this source energy that just sent out a bunch of yous in different forms. And you're basically learning through this. It's almost like if we were God and everybody here was placed because we wanted to learn, why is people doing that? Why do people do that? Why are the trees like this? What is this? What is that? And it's like almost like when we harm another, we harm ourselves, because ultimately we're going to go up to the place called home. And when we get there, we're going to recognize that we're all one source and this is the cosmic web and everybody here is put here to be here together. And when we harm each other, we basically harm ourselves. So when you are having something, you want to do something in life, do you think you attract what you need to heal in yourself? 1,000%. 1,000. Who has not met a person that they don't either get healing from or get worse from? Consciousness is singular. We are all one and connected. Exactly. Who has not met a person when you're in, that's why they say to you, if you're trapped in the so-called matrix or the cycle, and you're dating the same people, and this, not, that's your spirit, that's your body, your spirit, not recognizing that you came here to do something different. And so you stay in this comfortable position where you just do the same thing all the time over and over again. And you're afraid to get uncomfortable for a second. And that is why it's important for a lot of us to spend time alone, to really, really take time, be alone for a while and disconnect from everything so that we can reconnect with what we truly want. So when you spend time alone, when you're quote unquote, you call it lonely, I call it gathering myself and seeing who am I really on this place that I came here? Why did I come here? What's the reason I brought myself? There's always one reason, right? But there are many, many, many reasons, but there's always a one particular reason that we brought ourselves here. I love you too, Darren. There's one particular reason that we brought ourselves here. You know, we wanted to maybe in a previous time that let me just tell you something. People think we're trapped here. We're not. We choose to come here. We choose to come here. If we chose to come here again and things aren't going right, just stop for a second and understand that this is not your first time trying this. It might even be your first time trying this. If you don't know much and things are confusing to you and you can't connect, it might be your first time. You might be a new soul on earth. You're not a new soul, but you're a new soul on earth. So through this process, you're going to have mesmerized. That's because that's when I channel. When you're going through this process and you're sitting here and you're going, I don't understand this thing called life. I really don't get it. I don't understand why things keep blocking me and this and that. No. What you need to understand is that you got to keep doing what you do. There's always going to be something that's supposed to block you. That's the point of distortion of your reality. Because if your reality is meant to be perfect throughout this journey, you're going to have some blockages because you are here for that reason. You knew there would be blockages. You know there would be frequencies that would try to stop you from creating the life that you really want. And each time you got closer to creating that life and you get to the next step and to the next level, people around you are not going to accept it. You know why? Because they can't accept themselves. They can't accept themselves. They cannot accept themselves. So when you start making money or you start doing good or you start thinking differently, the people around you, it's not that they hate you. It's not that they're bad people. They just can't understand because they're not there yet. Their energy is not there yet. They're still stuck in a lower vibrational frequency. They're still in the third dimension. When you're in the third dimension, you're in the third dimension. I don't want to hear all this shit talking about I'm in the fifth dimension. No, they're not. You're here in this body. You're still here. You'll be in the fifth dimension. And when your spirit, yeah, I understand people think like through meditation healing. Yes, you do heal your other parts of your dimensions through that. But until you can accept and want to live in the third dimension, you can't travel to the other dimensions, not in this world or another. Because I know that, because no matter how much love and light I'm in, when I have dreams, I'm not seeing myself in those dimensions just yet. Because I haven't accepted the fact that I'm here in the third dimension. It's okay. This is what I came here for. I have to do what I have to do here. I get to enjoy and create and be happy here. And once I do that, and once I break that code and I step into the reality that I want, and I know that I'm the creator myself, I'm creating myself. We are all creators in this time, in this space. And because we are here, and this is the only place that deals with time, space, and time and space and past, present, and future. It is. The other ones don't. Some of them have no clue what that is. Some of them have eternity. Some of them have, they just don't, they don't deal with that concept. That's not how they do things. They don't eat food, things like that. This is the only place where you eat, you sleep, you have past, present, and future, and blah, 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 and all this shit. This is one of the hardest places, I think, honestly, because you're in a solid form in the matter. And at least in some of the dimensions, you're unaware that you're even there. So you're just there, right? And you're like, pretty much, it's like nothingness. And you're like, well, I don't know, whatever. And then you got other dimensions where you're just free as a bird, can be who you want, can be what you want. You could be a freaking atom, a freaking cell if you want to. You could be a hair strand if you want to. But when you're here in this time, this is the place where it's like, nature is the only way. These 5D wannabes can't even start a friction fire on Earth, but they think they're ready for another dimension. Exactly. This is the part that makes it hard. This is the part that makes it hard. When you are, thank you, Mesmerize, when you are in this dimension, and we have all these limitations, we think that we're trapped here, that somebody's punishing us. Nobody's punishing you. Nobody. All right. Nobody. When we're doing things that we want to do, we're doing it because we want to do it. Nobody's punishing us. Nobody's saying, you go over there. I want you to smoke that weed, or I'll shove this knife right up your ass right now. You're like, I'm gonna smoke this weed because, like, it makes me feel good and blah blah blah. Nobody's putting a motherfucking gun to your head. No demon is coming. Demons can only, if their job is to distort your reality, and they whisper sweet nothings in your ear, then they can only do this. Go do that. And if you're like, okay, a demon made me do it. No, a demon like suggested for you to do it, and you just took it to shit and ran with it. Like, people hear voices, kill them, kill them, kill them. A demon told me to kill them. Yeah, the demon just whispered in your ear. You're the one who did it, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was you. It was you. It was you. I remember saying the same thing with me. I must be cursed. There must be this family generational curse that is going on in my family. And it's the curse, and it's the curse, and it's the. Then I started realizing it's me. I just need to stop doing it. How about that? If I just stop doing it, then it won't happen anymore. You feel me? Cause if I just stop doing this shit, then it won't happen anymore. Cause it's not, nobody is fucking putting a fucking gun to my head right now, telling me, hey, Flo, ruin your life, act like an idiot, be a fool, be a jackass, dumb, 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 stupid, stupid, stupid. Nobody did that but me. Nobody but me. You see what I'm saying? So we can all use demons as an excuse. We can say God's punishing us. And we could also even say, why did God take my child away from me? It's, why am I being punished? No, obviously there was something about your ninth dimensional higher self that thought you needed to learn the lesson of a mother who lost a child, because maybe in a past life that you had a life review, which is what I'm having right now in my dream state. Holy moly. Mercury in retrograde is bringing up a lot of my past stuff. So maybe you saw yourself treating someone badly who had that situation, or you didn't understand when somebody went through it, like, why can't they just get over and live their life? Or maybe you were married to someone who lost a child and she never got over, and because of that, she didn't love you no more and things didn't work out. So you decided, I got to learn this lesson here and see, oh, now I see why that mother was acting that way. So maybe learn how that person feels. Just like I'm sure I had to learn the lesson of, I don't know, everything, let's not get to the basic details, because sometimes that could be painful to even think about, but it's not painful. The person who smiles at a funeral, who goes to a funeral and smiles and knows that that person is free now and they get to make a choice, those are the people that have ascended. That's an ascended being. Walking into a funeral, your mom's funeral, and just going, and everybody's crying, and you're like, why are you guys crying? I don't understand. But she's free right now. I don't know why y'all crying for her. You know what I'm saying? Demons, real demons, are parasites and viruses, as stated in the Book of Essence. It's like with the rabies. So that's listen, things like that, like right now, what you got going on with the schmovid and the schmabs, the jabs and the schmovid, what you got going on right now, that's demonic frequencies. They're distorting our reality when really Earth is not where we are. That's not what we're, and because the collective is so focused on it. Now watch the power that it creates when everybody's got. This is how they use their little tools, that little box on the wall right there, the little tools to say, there's a virus and you're all gonna die. And everybody's like, fear, 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 death, virus, death, fear, 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 virus, death, fear, fear, virus, death, mass, jabs. And the collective starts to excuse me, the collective starts to embrace that. And now, as a collective, we've manifested Earth to be this place where, that's why I tell you, don't make it a part of your reality. You can't do that to your reality, because if demons' jobs are to distort our reality and we become a part of the narrative of the collective, then we become that reality. And so you have to place yourself out of that reality. It's not being selfish. I'm sorry that you as a collective over there are experiencing this in your reality. Maybe you came here to learn these lessons. I didn't, for instance. Sorry that you guys are all going through it, but the more you put yourself in that reality, oh my God, it could kill me, it could kill me, I'm gonna die. The more it comes to you, it keeps coming to you and it keeps coming to you. That's why they say it's very powerful for many people to get together and meditate together and send love and light out to the universe, because when we do that, we create our own reality as opposed to those people who are creating their darkness right now, because demon distortion is real and they are distorting our reality. The dark frequencies are doing what the dark frequencies do. They're doing what their job is to do. Okay, so we're there, but the thing is, they right now could seem like they're winning. There's no winning or losing because everything is perfectly balanced. And when things get out of balance, we don't have to worry as humans, because the light is always going to work together and be like, all right, shit is getting a little crazy down there. We need to send reinforcement, get some humans to start working on this, which is when we get cold sometimes. Like right now, people are starting to feel like they're getting cold, and I feel like I need to do something about this and I need to say something about this. And that is the point, is for us to wake people up and go, hey, stop. The Garden of Eden is still here. We just have to get back to it. Anybody? Hello? Okay. Ooh, all right. Yeah. Hate, fear, evil, fighting. Yep. And then when the collective starts thinking, there's going to be a hurricane, there's going to be this, there's going to be that collective, that part of the collective that thinks like that so strongly is what they bring to them more and more and more. For instance, they told you, what do I think about psychedelics? I mean, I just had this conversation with God last night, with my higher self last night, God, source. And I was like, I mean, it's good because it helps people recognize that there's other dimensions, but I just feel like if we were meant to experience those dimensions that quickly, probably we would have, right? And I feel like maybe psychedelics plays a part in people swearing that they're woke because they had a psychedelic trip. Like, bro, you had a psychedelic trip. The fuck is you talking about? Like, try being woke without that shit and tell me what it feels like. Like, do that without the drugs. I want you to do what I did. Sit down in your room and watch a scene from fucking, I don't know, fucking Buffy the Vampire or some shit like that. What am I talking about? Some other shit. Now, if you get called to go do ayahuasca and go, your like spirit guides you to go do like a shamanistic ritual and do all that, and maybe they wanted you to be more aware, more awoke, so you can actually expand your awareness. But for those people who are there will always be a collect. Oh, but for those people who are doing it just to do it because they just want to be like, cool, man, I did ayahuasca and I bought a house in Costa Rica and I'm living the life. Like, bro, stop. Just stop. Like you're fake. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing things authentically, I agree with anything. Authenticity is my thing, but people who are living in this like false narrative, like thinking that they're enlightened beings, and babe, and being enlightened is so much harder than people are expecting it to be. Like, we think we're just, even me with meditating and all that, I know that's seeking enlightenment, but that's not what I'm here to do. For just, I came here to do more than just seek enlightenment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just boring as fuck anyway. Like the whole time you're just meditating and then I'm serious, and then I'm like fucking seeking so much enlightenment that I'm forgetting to live fucking life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you come to this planet as like Jesus or whatever, when he was ready to, he was like, all right, I'm ready to ascend from a human to whatever. But for now, a lot of us are just experiencing this human life form. We're just here to enjoy life. And a lot of us are not enjoying it right now. Including me. And I'll be honest with myself. Like, I've been kind of like, I thought I was woke this whole time, but I'm realizing today, holy shit, I actually been fucking fully asleep. And now I feel like freedom. Like even this morning, I was like, that's it. Higher self. Like, what have I been doing? Like, I know I came here to do more. What? And I'm just taking forever. I'm allowing this other shit to interfere with my reality. I'm just I think, okay, I'm ready. I get it. I get it. It's time to expand. It's time to explore. It's time to live. I've been living in a fucking box this whole time. I'm ready to step out of that box. And guess what? If my fucking foot gets bit by a snake, oh well, that's what it is, which won't happen anyway. But the point is, we haven't been living our authentic selves. We have not been living our happy lives. And I know for a fact, a lot of you are going to say, oh, maybe you haven't been living your authentic self in your happy life. Bitch, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of us are out here pretending like we're completely happy with what we have. Listen, a lot of us have things. Oh, that's so nice. Look at those things. But in here, what do we have? Like, I'm just saying, like, the authenticity inside of our spirit is lacking for a lot of us on this earth. And I think it's because we lost our way somehow, thinking that if we create this or we do that, it's bad or good. This is good, that's bad. There's nothing relatively good or bad on this planet. There's just lessons and learning. And when you step up to your higher self and you recognize things about yourself, obviously there are moralistic things to do. There are things that you can do that are positive. There are things you could do that are negative, because if you feed onto the darkness, you feed onto the darkness. So you would consider it bad or good, whatever. But seeing both sides as not good or not bad, or not bad or not good, is the way to really break free from this, because you have to understand. I love you too, KJ Nettie, KJ Nettie, Annette. Annette, KJ Annette. I'm so slow. KJ Annette. Cause you're Annette. Cause you're Annette. But cause you're not. But and it's just about like really understanding that when you let demonic frequencies distort your reality, you're basically telling them it's okay for you to stop me from living my dream, living my life, living my purpose. Huh? So what you need to do is tell these demonic frequencies that try to distort your reality and tell you, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good. No, I am good. I'm doing fine. I'm great. Thank you so much, though. Thanks for your opinion, but I didn't come here to please you. I came here to experience this thing called life on my own, and I'm doing it, and I'm here doing it, and I have my workers and my family support and my soul tribe, and I got people, my team up there, you know what I'm saying? Like when you see Jesus with the 12 disciples, that was really just his soul team. Like they came here to support his journey. Like they pre-planned that shit. They was up there like, look, all right, so we're gonna go down there and this was gonna happen. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Okay. And then eventually they met and they did, but you don't come here going, I remember everything. No, it just slowly starts coming towards you. All of the pieces fall into place when you start to remember who you are, which is a divine being came here to create your reality. And that's pretty much as simple as it is. And you have the opinion and the option to create your reality however you want. And in the midst of that, demon distortion is possible. So just watch for that demon distortion and all of these things where you're sitting there living in fear and you're feeding into the shit that goes on and you're reading into everything and you're, oh, there's this and that and that's happening and this is happening. And you're just literally feeding into the demonic distortion. And so we have to snap the fuck out of that and just live and just be happy and just let go and just understand there's going to be dirty things that happen. There's going to be good things that happen. But we keep going. We do this dance. Like we do this dance. We go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we want to be happy. And then once we are, we go back to the darkness. And then it's like, now it's like, we have to leave that darkness behind if we really want to experience that light and love inside of our hearts. We have to just let it go. Yeah, exactly. Jesus soul party. Exactly. It's Jesus. It's like the 12 disciples. Like, they say your soul tribe, right? When you grow up, when you go into when you going into your reality and you really start living who you are, you have your soul tribe. You find your soul tribe. Those are the people that you planned with. All right. So after we're done going through all the bullshit and I meet up with you, we got to do this. We got to enjoy life like that. And that's the point of it. That's why it's important not to judge yourself, not to say, I'm not doing good enough. No, you work at your own pace. Honestly, like your spirit and your body and your higher selves, they're working with you to get through, to conquer some things that you wanted to conquer, to understand things. If we chose certain lessons and certain things that we went through, we chose it for a reason, because we wanted to understand it, so that, this is how the world, the universe, and the collective evolves. It's through one of us experiencing something that might not be the easiest. And then we can go share that knowledge and that information. Like, all right, so this is what's happening there. Okay, so let's try to do this. It's like teamwork makes the dream work, right? So teamwork makes the dream work. The planetary illusions that are placed in place when these demonic frequencies are creating distortions are all for yourself to break free from that shit, man. You got to break free. You got to break free. You know what I'm saying? It's time, man. It's time. I can't lie. I've been kind of like, I don't know. It's like time to enjoy life. That's how I feel. And it's time to create the life that I came here to create. So whatever I've been doing this whole time, whoever's been distorting my reality, telling me like, that's evil, you shouldn't do that, that's bad. Listen, there are things that I know that I told myself I don't want to do. And that's my higher self saying, you didn't want to do that when you came here. Remember that. But other than that, like, there are things that I want to do that sometimes I'll feel guilty about, like, like, oh, is that bad? Like, if I want to get, a new house, a new car, and I want it all to be that, and that's what I'm going to get. Is that evil? No. Why is that evil? You're trying to create your reality. That's what you came here to do, right? So create it. Create it. Stop letting these demons distort your reality. And when you feel that energy, you feel that kind of feeling where somebody's trying to tell you, no, you shouldn't do that. That's bad. But they're saying it like, oh, that's bad. Making you feel guilty about wanting to be you and experience your life. Then, yeah, we're lucky to expand, but sometimes growth is, a lot of people don't want to do it. They like to stay comfortable. Growth is not an easy thing. And if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? Some people, like, they're comfortable where they're at. They're like, fuck all that fucking growth and enlightenment and all that shit. Some people just want to stay where they're at. I don't know, but I know that Mercury in retrograde is kicking my ass right now. The ascension symptoms that I'm having are kicking my ass a little bit, and I'm trying to like fight through the shit. But boy, I bet you be tired today. The comfort zone is where dreams go to die. If you ever notice two people in a relationship, when they start to get comfortable, what happens? The shit gets fucked up. That shit gets fucked up. People get comfortable. That's why you should you should never be comfortable. You should always be uncomfortable. And I don't mean like uncomfortable, like I'm uncomfortable. I'm talking about like I'm not talking about like uncomfortable to take a shit in front of the person you love. I'm talking about uncomfortable, like I don't want to look like shit every day when I'm with my man. You know what I'm saying? I want to look nice. Like, or something like that. Or like, I don't want to sit here and let my house get a mess. Like I let my room get a mess for these past 2 days because I've been just so tired. But again, demon distortion, got to break free. Today's your day. Break out of the matrix is like the mother of all things, right? This is the mother, the matrix. So it's like when you break out of the matrix, you're breaking out of the, that the globe or the reality that you're like kind of thinking that this is all there is. This is not all there is. There's more to life than this. So once you break out of the quote unquote so-called matrix, and again, the matrix is not a bad thing. It's just a place that is kind of there to teach you came here for this reason. And then you have to recognize that you have other reasons that you're here for. And that's it. Okay. I love you guys. Love and light too. I'll see you guys later. Gotta go. Bye.